Hello, 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 hello. I'm Lynn Browder, and I have a son, Owen, who is 13 and has autism. We paint together, working on his fine motor skills. He helps me paint the backgrounds of our paintings, and then I paint the rest. I'm laughing because I'm sitting here saying my son is 13, and I had to say it very slowly and think about it because I was like, my son is 12. He can't possibly be 13. Now it's July and he's been 13 since March, but it's like one of those things where it's so hard to believe. I don't know, there's certain points that I just like, okay, that's just wild, that he's so 13. Anyways, so we had a pretty good day today. He had a few moments, but most of them were on the up and up of things. He this still waking up so early, I would be so happy if we could convince him somehow, some way, his body to not be that interested in waking up that early, but there you go. So I'm doing kind of a very abstract kind of thing. I haven't finger painted in a while. Every once in a while I do it. I think it just completely moved everything. And yesterday, let's see if it's moving. It's staying somewhat in the right spot. My camera kept moving, I guess, as I was recording. So I don't know what exactly was happening, but there you go. So here, about the sneeze too. Oh. It'll come. Oh, I hope it didn't go away. It did. Oh, I hate that. I want sneezes to be and not go. That's what I want. I want them to not fade away. So, eventually I'll get past it. I used to have a friend that would always, like, every time I would go to sneeze, and if I couldn't get it out right away, they would say, bless you. And they knew as soon as they laughed, they thought it was hilarious, because they knew as soon as they said it that I could then no longer sneeze. Well, I truly would prefer to sneeze. I'm definitely not one of these people that don't want to sneeze. So anyways, I'm making a seagull. I've done maybe 2 or 3 of these over the years, and I don't think I've ever mostly finger painted one. I'm not going to finger paint the whole thing. I'm going to go back in and do some of the details with a brush, but I was gonna put him the other direction, and I've got him going this way. So there you go. Like I said, we've got the sneezes that are just about to make me cuckoo. I used to finger paint. Oh, I got bananas, and I've got these tiny little fruit flies, and I'm like, I should not have a banana in here. But here we are. I wish I knew how to get, like, never have them, like, they're awful. Anyways, I used to finger paint randomly a lot more than I do now. I occasionally I do it, but it's more rare that I do. I don't want to get that too thick there, because they're not too thick. So I have a little bit of kind of a shinier silver, and it's like more of a metallic. So I'm putting it kind of in there, mixing it in so that it'll have a little bit of shinery. You like my terminology? When it dries, it'll be a little more okay. So now I don't know why I generally paint, when I finger paint, I generally paint with this finger. Occasionally I'll do some smudge-a-wudge with some of the other fingers, but it's not that often that I do. So you know how that goes. I'm trying to get a little darker orange. I have kind of a bright orange, but I added some red to it because I want a little more. Sometimes seagulls are. I'm gonna add some gray. They're not like. It depends on the. Gray, but they're a little bit of orange, or you know. So I want it to stand out, but I want it to. See, that's too bright because I don't want it to. I don't want it to overpower. Overpower the whole, you know. Oops. Okay, this is like, you would think a dot I would not be a problem, but it generally is. It's generally hard for me. I'm gonna do the same with the legs. I want more gray. what I kind of need is like an illusion that this is more like kind of where they're standing on it, like it's, you know, I don't want it to look too, I want it to look more like it's a flat surface and they're standing on it than it just being kind of off kilter there, if that makes any sense at all. Oops, I'm making a mess. So now I'm going to go back in and kind of add a little bit of this, like, I don't want I just want some, it looks so stark, the black without extra lines in there. So I'm just kind of putting some extra, and I don't want it like where it's so like stark versus bright, but I just want to make sure that it's kind of blending in there. And I'm not too worried about it being, I mean, like I said, most of this is hand painted, so it's not our finger painted, whatever you want to say. So I'm not too worried about it having rough edges or anything. I just don't want it to be like so stark on there. And we're just gonna kind of pull a little wing out there. And again, I don't want this like such a contrast, but I just want to have some of the color in there. So we're almost there. Almost there. Just have little little lines down on the okay. So he's a little thicker. I should have had the neck a little longer, but when you're finger painting, it doesn't always work out that way. So we're not going to worry too much about him. He's in a sitting position, we'll just say. Okay. Just want this line to, there we go. Okay, so I do O for Owen, and then L and B. I keep thinking I want to do a few little more. This is that silver I was talking about, the more like metallic, and I just want it to kind of be there. So, all right, there we go. Thanks so much for watching and being a part of our day. Toodles, toodles.